Today, positive things. So I want to share with you my top 5 goals for what I want to accomplish in a long-term sense, not just short-term. Here's a quick review of my top 5 goals. Number 1, lose 113 pounds. Number 2, get completely organized. Number 3, find the love of my life. Number 4, travel the world. Number 5, vlog my journey. It's time to step out, make a new step in the world. Hello, Character King here. It is April 10th, 2012, day 5. I hope everybody's doing well out there, whether you're watching this at the time it's being made or 5 or 6 years in the future or whatever. I hope that you enjoy this vlogging series and get something out of it for yourself. So, yesterday I told you about my top 5 goals. Today a couple of things have happened. Matter of fact, I think it was day 3 that I mentioned that I was going to get potentially some glasses to cover up for better cosmetic looks in my eye. And I actually did go today, and I bought 2 different kinds of glasses, as a matter of fact. A little bit different in each one, but they both seemed, at least the sales lady said that they looked good. I mean, you know, it was Walmart, so it's not like, you know, she was making a huge commission or anything. It only cost me about $100 actually for tinted glasses. So if you are someone who has some sort of an issue with your eye and you're trying to eliminate people staring at it or whatever, I recommend that you go to Walmart. You can probably find some $9 frames and just some plain window pane type glasses. They're called planos, which I thought was really funny. And the lady was hot. Anyway, you can find these glasses. They're called planos, and just get like a tint to them. And it costs like $50 a piece. As a matter of fact, I think it costs less than that because, as I recall, my bill was like $97 or something for 2 pairs of glasses with tint. Anyway, one's going to be a gunmetal gray with blue tint, and the other is going to be a matte brown frame with sort of a gray tint. So hopefully you'll you know, come back and check out when I get the glasses. They should be in relatively shortly, as a matter of fact, according to Wendy the Hottie. Anyway, she also liked wrestling, which I thought was hot. Anyway, I'm moving on. So something else fun that happened today. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Is I'm actually using a new tripod right now. I bought this sometime back at Wally World. I seem to do a lot of shopping at Walmart, don't I? But I bought this at Wally World today, or not today, but sometime back, this tripod that the camera's mounted on right now. And I was like, well, this thing is too short. I can't stand up and film anything with this. And I was like, well, it looks like a perfect little desk, tripod. So, if you don't know, I'm using a Sony CyberShot 12 point something or other megapixel camera. It was a gift from my mom and my brother at Christmas a couple of years ago, and I love it. And with this tripod, which sits on the desk, it makes it to where I don't have to remove the tripod from the head of the camera to remove the battery or the SD card to sort of check things. As I was testing this setup earlier, all I had to do was just turn the camera slightly and withdraw the SD card, and then to charge the battery, just pull it out and put it on the charger section. So I was really charger port. So I'm really glad about that. So I really like this tripod. A third cool thing that happened today was I got, bam! I don't know if you can tell that or not, but it says LRF Enterprises Incorporated. Oh yeah! So if I can do it that way, it makes it better. That way. If you can't see it, you probably won't be able to. It's written in sort of a goldish color lettering though, so it's pretty nifty. I thought that was pretty cool. So this is my corporate book, and basically what that means is that all of my record keeping for my business from this point forward goes into this handy dandy notebook. I have not had an opportunity to really delve into it. If I learn anything really interesting, maybe I'll do a video on working with your corporate book, but I got to be careful not to show, you know, my information and whatnot, because you know, anyway, so got the corporate book today as well in the mail. That was awesome. Thank you to Jim Wade of the Legacy Group for helping me to set up the corporation. Okay, so those are good things that happened today. New advancements in life. Now it's time for me to set some weekly goals, and I encourage you to do this as well if you are trying to make some improvements in the quality of your life. So yesterday I gave you my full goals, and the top two, number one was lose 125 pounds, and number two, or 113 pounds, I'm sorry, and the other one, number two, was to get completely organized. Well, I've got three goals on the road to both of those particular goals, sub-goals if you will, for this week. Number one, in losing 113 pounds, this week I want to lose 2 pounds. And the only reason I'm only saying it's a small amount, like 2 pounds, is because I think that for a lot of people that's really within your grasp. It's not something that you have to go, oh God, I'm not going to lose weight and I don't want to, and I don't see the effects. Well, just think of it this way. If I go at the pattern that I'm thinking of, which is just going to be saying I'm going to lose 2 pounds a week, which is not really a lot to say you're going to lose, right? It's only 7,000 calories. But if you say you're going to lose 2 pounds in a week, yes, if you go at that rate and you're trying to lose over 100 pounds, it's going to take a year. But if you start making minor improvements to improve the quality of your diet, you're probably going to lose weight a lot faster. But don't psych yourself out to the point where you're saying, well, I'm going to lose 5 pounds this week. Because I did that at one point. I was like, well, I guess, you know what? Because I used to lose weight really fast, right? So I would say, well, I bet you I can lose 20 by the end of this month. Excuse me. Well, that's basically a little less than a pound a day, which is really difficult to do unless you're doing seriously intense working out. So in my goal, let's see, I said I was going to lose 113. That is about 60 weeks worth of, no, it's less than that. About 58 weeks? Something in that range. 58 or 50, 56, 57, 57 weeks. 57 weeks. I just did math in my head. It's pretty amazing I can actually do that. Who am I? So about 57 weeks. If I go at a 2 pound rate, but you know what? Even if I only do go at a 2 pound rate, I'm still losing it in a year. It took me 2.5 years to gain it. So to lose it is just great. If I can lose it in a year, and 57 weeks, a little over a year. But on a normal basis, if you start changing your diet in a healthy way without, crashing out, then you can lose more, because your body, as you start to change your nutrition, the way you handle yourself, your body starts to process things a lot better, and you start to shed weight a lot faster. Now, at some points it slows down, and some points it'll be faster, but if you just go on the 2 pound a week goal, if that's comfortable for you, then you can reach those goals probably long before you ever imagine them. So that's kind of what I'm doing. So it's 2 pounds this week. And I can do that easily by ways of doing it is cutting out a soda, right? Cutting out 1 soda a day, and they're like 250 calories, is almost 1,250 calories. Well, that's, a good 6th or 5th of my goal. Walking every day on the treadmill for 90 minutes or for an hour at 3.5. 3.5 times 5 is what? 1,750. So put that with the 1,250, that's 3,000 calories right there. So there's so many ways in which we can lessen the amount of intake that we do. So that's what I'm doing. That's number one for this week, is lose 2 pounds. Number two is going to be to organize clean up a certain area, because I told you I'm messy and disorganized. So clean up a certain area. I'm going to show you a quick video of the area I'm going to focus on making sure it's cleaned up and maintains cleaned up this week. Take a quick look. So as you can see, that's a pretty significant area where I work. I do a lot of work there. There's a device there that I'll talk to you more about in the future. It's an adaptive aid for sight impaired people. But it's where I do a lot of my work at, and it's going to be someplace where I do a lot of my paperwork. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to talk in a future video about how you can organize your mail if you're having trouble with organizing your mail and keeping track of bills and blah 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 blah. Right? So we'll talk about that in the future. But that area I want to get cleaned up because I sit there a lot. All the stuff that's around it, all the stuff that's on it needs to be put away properly so I can move forward and not worry about throwing garbage out of the way all the time. That's the only place I'm trying to focus on cleaning up this week. It doesn't mean I won't get other things cleaned up, but if I get that cleaned up, it'll give me such a sense of accomplishment that I might move on to something else. If I don't, at least I got one area cleaned up, and it's a start. That's what's important, is that we start a little bit at a time. And number 3, which is somewhat associated to number 2, is in getting completely organized, is my papers are in sort of disorganization. I've got this corporate book now. Thank you to those people again, the Legacy Group. And I've got paperwork that I've got to get organized. I just submitted a report to the state for the month of March, and I've got to get a document set up to send off to them. So my goal is to get all the paperwork for March in order, okay? And once I get paperwork for March in order, and that's just a 1-week goal, just getting my paperwork for March in order, then I can move on to something else. Next week I can say, well, let me go back, because now I can go back to another month. And I can slowly sort of rebuild my organization, my organizational skills. And so little steps at a time. So number 1, quick review, number 1 is lose 2 pounds. Number 2 is clean up the area I just showed you the video for. And I mean within like that whole like 5-foot area, okay? Not just the desk itself, but the stuff around the area as well. And I'll show you all those solutions, the results of all of these goals at the end of the week. So 1, lose 2 pounds. 2, clean up the desk area. Number 3, organize March paperwork. And I'll show, like I said, all 3 of the results of these goals that I've set by next Wednesday. I guess say a week from today. So Wednesday. So April 18th, we'll look back at the goals and see how well we did. And it's not just about getting the goals done and then trashing the place out again in the organization department. It's about getting it set and then maintaining it. So we'll have to check back in. You'll have to check back in and make sure that I'm, you know, not screwing around and messing things up. All right. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I kind of went fast today, but I wanted to get some stuff, some videos posted and to keep in with the vlogging. So things are pretty good. I'm excited about the new potentials, the new goals. I'm going to see what I can do this week. Set some goals for yourself for this week. They don't have to be huge. They can be as small as the ones that I just set. All that matters is that we take one step every day. A new decision every day can make a change. So, thanks for watching. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow.